Man, we are back doing what we do best. Flying fake airplanes and restarting. That's what we're really good at here on this channel is flying fake airplanes and restarting the simulator when we have to. Hello, welcome everybody to the all new episode of the All About Aviation 219 channel. My name is Greg. I'm gonna be your pilot, captain tonight. Sunday night, double flight. Yes, sir. So we got first airplane is this here Comanche. This Piper Comanche from A2A Simulations. It is an amazing little airplane. We're sitting here in Kona, Hawaii. We're gonna fly to Maui. And then after that we got an A320 Neo. We're gonna be flying from Athens to Turkey. Turkey. Yes, sir, in the Asian livery. Please consider subscribing, becoming a member, super chatting, super thanks, hitting the notification bell as hard as you can, clicking that thumbs up, and yeah, man, let's get into this here episode, doing what we do. If you're not familiar with this airplane in the simulator, all jokes aside, this thing is phenomenal. It's really fun to fly. It's got tons of features. I mean, it is just... mwah. It's a good plane. A2A Simulations, I'm not very familiar with like anything else they make, but A2A does some good shit. That's for sure. So, let's go ahead and... So, if you're not familiar with this here plane, we get this here tablet, right? This tablet is... it's something else, really. I mean, it really is awesome. Oh, good. My mouse is working. Let me make sure I got the right controller. Should say sim rate. I'm using my Xbox controller right now. Yep. All right, very good. So, this tablet, we have this flight information page, which has all your METAR information. It has the outside temperature, you know, all our estimated information from the aircraft. It has speeds and power settings for takeoff all the way to landing. You also have your checklist here. Now you can't click on this, but it's okay. It's a really good checklist. What to do in emergencies, engine fire, electrical fire. I mean, it's awesome, right? Next page is controls. Pretty much everything in this airplane you can control right from here. Everything you see here. Headphones is really cool. It really deadens the sound of the airplane. All your electrical features, lights inside and outside. Engine heater, if it's really cold, you can put the airplane on jacks. Our towing bar, all the autopilot features, auto start or a cold and dark, which is what we're doing. Options. Advanced options where like we have wear and tear, failure rate, three-way gear switch, you know. I mean, it is really cool. Like a lot, you can choose the navigation systems you want. I just run with the you know, the old style gauges. We have our fuel and payload here, which we're gonna play with here in a minute. Maintenance, we can inspect everything. We can change what's on this airplane, the winglets, you know, the stripping here for like the grip strips. We can change the type of propellers we have, the overall airframe, how it looks. We can inspect the engine, change the viscosity of our oil, the spark plugs. This will show us how well our engine is performing. This will give us an idea of what's going on electronically, if any circuits are, you know, circuits have blown the breaker. And then we have our walk around, which we're going to do here in a minute. Let's go ahead and get set up here. Let's put two people in the back. So I used these two earlier, so it just stored. So the way I have this stored, I have it set for I don't see the option here, but there should be. Oh yeah, persistence. So I have it set up to store with delivery, and to whatever settings I choose, it stores in the cockpit and it stores with this delivery. So next time I come, when I choose people in the back seat, it'll, default to those already. Baggage, let's do, let's say 100 pounds. We'll do 101, and let's go ahead and reduce a little bit of fuel in our wingtips, and let's see what medium is. All right, 30 gallons plus that. That gives us an empty, let's see, it gives us a weight of, total weight, max takeoff weight is 3,000. Let's get 5 gallons in the sides here just in case. All right, so that is good. Now let's go ahead and check out the outside of the airplane. So you can either click on one of these boxes, or we just can click on the arrow. It brings the tablet with you. And I usually keep the words up on these type of planes just because it makes it easier, like with propellers and throttle and stuff like that. So just to see what percentage we're at. So we can't operate this, but we can on this aileron make sure it works okay. All right, very good. Let's open up our fuel tank here. I'm not sure why this didn't materialize properly. Maybe the next one will. Wingtip up pump. Oh yeah, there's it's not showing a couple of things. Let's restart real quick. Well, no, I don't feel like restarting, to be honest. All right, we can check and see if the light's on. We can remove this tie down. We can open up this fuel tank here. Now, you can't really do anything with the fuel tank, but you can, like, interact with it. All right, let's put the cap back on. Tire looks okay. We'll leave the chock in for now until we are finished starting. Here's one of the sump pumps that we can, like, interact with usually. It's being difficult tonight, but you can usually pull this up, check on the water. You can usually pull this up, check on the water, and then release the water. All right, here's our propeller. Everything looks okay. Here's the oil check. Now, there's 3 different viscosities you can choose. I'll go over them in a minute, but typically you can use one of them the whole time unless you're in really cold weather or extremely hot weather. So I'll go over that in a minute. Here's another fuel tank we can open up. More wheels and chocks. We have a tie down we can remove and a pitot cover. Another fuel tank. This is supposed to have one of those water checks too. Another aileron we can check. Another flap. Static panel. All right, here we can check the elevator and the rudder. You can remove that tie down. So they're static, and now we can put the bags in. Let's put the bags in. Very good. You can actually see the airplane like kind of bounce up and down. All right, and we should have all the tie downs are out. Right, okay, very good. Let's go back inside the airplane. So we can just click next. That brings us back in here. Let's remove the control lock. And we do, I do want to show you this. We do have a towing bar that we can connect on the front here. And supposedly we can just push on the... Well, let me remove the chocks, actually. Nothing's going to move with the chocks on. Let me remove the chocks and the parking brake. Supposedly we can just... there we go. Yeah, you can actually push your airplane to where you want it. So actually, let's push this back this way, because we're going to be taxiing here soon. Regardless of what runway we're going to be taking, we still have to back up. So, all right, very good. So that's done. Let's go ahead and put the parking brake back on. Let's remove the towing. All right, very good. Now we're just about ready to start up this airplane. I do want to check the outside temperature and the type of oil we have. So, all right, we have 84 degrees. So with the oil that we have available, this is good for really hot weather. This is good for all around weather to hot weather. This is good for really cold weather. So I'm going to switch this viscosity. We're going to make sure we have enough oil in here. An additive is always a good thing. And then fine wire spark plugs form excellent, massive, may give you a little bit more power, but they don't fire as well. So you may run to some little bit of an engine, you know, a little bit more rougher ride with this particular airplane with that. So the only display that we have digital wise is this here. We're going to use this to lean the fuel out if we have to. It also gives us the RPM information and all that. So let's just do a quick airframe inspection. All right, that's all good. Let's do a quick engine inspection. All that looks good. Now, I will tell you this. With this battery here, there is a charger you can use if you need to charge it. If you try to start this plane too many times without it starting, you are going to have to either restart the whole simulator or recharge the battery. This battery will deplete quickly if you don't get this engine started within the first couple of times. So, all right, let's go to checklists. We got pre-flight, and that's done. Passengers are in, seatbelts are secured, control locks are removed, parking brake is set, gear switch is down. That's right here. Flaps are up. Where's the flap switch at? Oh yeah, that's right. It's right here. Flaps are down. I mean, flaps are up. Radio, everything's off right now. Circuit breakers, they are all in, I believe. They are all in. And the circuit breakers are all around the cabin. Like, there's a couple here. You know, there's some more down here. So they're pretty much all, like, underneath the dashboard there. All right, rotating beacon, circuit breakers. Okay, one thing I don't see them show is turning on the actual fuel tanks, because even with the engine start, you know, we can... Oh, you know what? Okay. Maybe they mean it down here. So you need to turn the fuel on. So you have left tank, then you also have main tank and tip tank. And you also have tip tank and right tank. So let's go ahead and just leave the left tank on for now. The left main tank. Okay. That's also shown right here. Let's switch that to left. All right, let me remove this. Now, one thing about the steering wheel, it has these two buttons here, autopilot, disconnect, and altitude engage and disengage. You have the same two buttons right here as well. So even when the steering wheel is removed, you still have them. Autopilot system is right here. So we'll review it as we're flying, but the altitude, it'll hold your altitude, but if it tells you to adjust your elevator, then you're going to have to do it. So it continues to hold the right altitude. All right, let's go ahead and get this plane started. So we do have to turn on the rotating beacon. That's right here. We just did the right fuel. Let's put the fuel mixture in as rich. Let's crack the throttle. You know what? Actually, give me a second. Let me I'm gonna use my flight stick for this. All right, turn off controller. It's a little more of a pain in the ass to move around the cabin, but I can control the throttle much better with it. I can control the throttle and I can control the propellers. I'm sorry, not plural. I can control the propeller much better with it. Give me 1 second. Let me get this thing connected. Gotta get the right cable. No, bitch. Oh. Oh, come on, man. All right, let me plug it in. Yeah, I really wasn't planning on using the flight stick, but it does make the propeller. It makes it much easier with this, especially with this airplane, the propeller and the throttle, because it just makes it easier. All right, let's choose the right. Let's choose the right setup here. I believe I have one set for prop. Very good. Now that should give us, yep, that's propeller axis. And let me just double check the rest of these. All right, nothing for number 1. Nothing for number 2. Brakes, landing gear, flight level change, heading hold, localizer hold, decrease flaps, increase flaps. All right. And let me, I guess I don't need anything for number 1 or number 2 now. If I figure out something that I need it for, I'll do it. But all right, let me, before I do anything else, let me make sure that this does control. Okay, very good. So that's in and out. That's in and out. All right, very good. All right, so let's crack the throttle. The prop is all the way forward. Carb heat is off. Let's turn the master switch on. That's the red switch here. It might help if I plug in the headphones. There we go. All right, and now we got to put on the fuel pump. That's the yellow one here. Let's make sure we get fuel pressure. We do. We get fuel pressure. So now we can turn the pump off. Let's open up the primer here. We need to pump it about 5 times. Very good. Let's turn on both magnetos. And let's push the start button. Very good. Let's move our throttle back so we're... Whoa. Sorry about that. That's a little loud. Let's move our throttle back so we're around 1,000 RPMs. Very good. All right. Mixtures, we'll do that later. Starter, engage. Okay, that's good. Taxi. We need to lock the primer. Let's do that. No, wrong button. All right, that's not locked. Avionics master, let's turn that on. Let's also turn all of our radios on. Very good. That's all on. Amp meter is looking okay. That's right down here. All right, altimeter. What is our altimeter right now? It's 30 inches. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, fill. No, we don't need to. Well, yeah, let's just click fill. All right, let's save that. All right, so here you can see we're at 1,000 RPMs. Our manifold pressure is 12. We're going to use that a little later to lean our fuel if we need to. All right, heading indicator, we need to set that because this is not usually correct. But right now it shows us that heading right there, and you can see we're actually facing to the north. We're at 345, so we need to adjust this for 345. So push this in. Let's get set for 345. Otherwise, we're gonna have a terrible time navigating. All right, and now we can pull this button back out so we can adjust the heading. You know, now instead of... And now this should spin around correctly now. All right, so that's done. All right, landing gear. We got green. Nav lights, let's put those on. Park and brake. All right, run up. All right, let's find out what runway we can use. Runway 17. All right, very good. That's done. Let's turn on our ADF radio here. And we are going to be flying to Maui, but we're going to pick up UPP first. So that's 112.3. So let's plug that in. Now this here, we can show the frequency, the distance, the ground speed, the time, and, you know, our like DME information. So, all right, what did that say? I'm like, so like, what did that say? I think it said 112.3. Yep, 112.3. So let's do that. Let's change that over. I like to set both for the same thing. I'll show you when we get up in the air the reason for that. But, yep, so we're 30 miles away from there. All right, very good. Let's taxi out. We don't really have any taxi lights. We have landing lights. So we'll just leave all those off. We can put our headphones in. Ah, that makes a big difference. Our outside air temperature's right here. Let's put our flaps down for takeoff. And we can set a little bit of cabin lights. We can, you know, make them red. you know, we can change the color of them. We can change the intensity of the lights here. We can adjust the cabin vent, you know, cabin heater, the froster. You know, we can do all that here. So, all right, let's go ahead and taxi out. This is a great little plane. If you're a fan of like little single engine planes, you'll have a lot of fun with this airplane. It's challenging to fly. The autopilot is easy, but not easy at the same time. Like there's a bit of a learning curve with it. Leaning the fuel works really well, but there's a bit of a learning curve with that. It comes with an excellent owner's manual with this thing. Yeah, this airplane comes with an excellent booklet from A2A. Now, I'm not familiar with anything else they make. I wish I knew something else they made in the simulator, but I'm not really familiar with anything else they make. Yeah, little Cessna Caravan. Once we get lined up on the runway, we will set up our CDI indicator for the VOR station we're going to. So we're going to cut down to OGG and then head pretty much north, I believe it's going to be. Not OGG. We're going to the north end of this island, and we're going to go to the west, I believe it is. And then pick up Maui that way. I came close to doing a flight in South America, but the elevation of the airports was like 18,000 feet, and I'm like, nah, this plane isn't doing that. On Kona, Hawaii. That's where we're at. We're going from Kona to Maui. Then we're going to jump in the A320neo, the new one from Inabuilds, and go from Athens to Turkey. I believe we should be going on a... Yeah, we're going to be going on a northeast kind of direction to UPP. Looks like we're taking off going the other direction, so we'll just make a turn clockwise. And then it looks like we'll pick up a heading of maybe like 30 degrees or 40 degrees. Yeah, I didn't build this anywhere, so like this route I didn't build anywhere, so I don't really know the exact direction, but that's kind of what I'm thinking it's going to be. Oh, whatever, we got plenty of time to get there. We have 30 miles to get to that location, so there's no altitude setting as far as like, you know, an altitude to level off. When you're ready to level off at the altitude, you just go ahead and do it. Yo, what's up, dude? You're going to like the next flight. We got Aegean Airlines, and we're flying from Athens to Istanbul. That's coming up after this little puddle jumper flight. I wasn't gonna do a flight tonight, but man, it's been days since I've done this. Since that convention. That convention was a lot of fun to watch, man. I'm glad I watched that thing. I don't think I've ever really sat through. Really? I thought the expo was finished. I didn't know there was a new 380. I know Bluebird's coming out with 3 new Boeings, but I didn't see anything about a 380. I have to jump on, and I know there wasn't any other presentations when I turned it off, so I'll have to look into that, dude. That's awesome. I wonder who's making it. Did it say who was making it? I contacted the company that does that AI ATC stuff. It's not going to be available for Xbox, unfortunately, which sucks. I wish there was a way we could have that on Xbox. That AI ATC stuff. That is awesome. I didn't see it 2 hours ago. Well, that's cool, man. I'll have to look into it. Did it say who was making it? That's awesome. I didn't hear about that at all. Hopefully, we're almost at the runway. They always do this. They always give us the runway on the opposite end of the airport. Without fail. Oh, that's cool. A 45-minute presentation. I didn't see that anywhere. I'll have to check that out later. I think I have access to all the videos for like another 30 days or something like that. Maybe 2 months or something like that, I think. Yeah, I didn't see that anywhere on the schedule. That's awesome. Damn! Wish I would have known that. I would have watched it. That is a surprise, actually. Alright, we're going to pull off on the side here coming up. So we can do our little run-up test. I'm sure everything will work fine, but, you know, we'll do it anyways. We got to put our RPMs up to about 1900, drop the magnetos, then go through the motions of the prop lever 3 times, and then as long as all that's okay, we're fine to take off. Let's go here so we can at least get our takeoff clearance. All right, let's put the parking brake back on. All right, let's go to checklist. Okay, so we got 2,000 RPMs, and then we're gonna check the magnetos, make sure it drops, and then cycle through the props 3 times. Okay. All right, so let's put our throttle RPMs up to 2,000. Yeah, I saw some stuff on the 727 the other day. Looks amazing. I think I put it on Discord. But yeah, the other one, that A380 is crazy. I had no idea about that. I can't wait for these planes to come out, man. It's going to be so awesome having all these different airplanes. All right, let's go ahead and drop our magneto down. Yep. Now let's cycle through the propellers 3 times. All right, very good. That's all done. Now we can take off. All right. Yeah, that's all good. Rudder trim's fine. We got the desired tank. We got full rich. Carb heat is off. Engine gauges are fine. Let's turn the pitot heat on. Let's turn the landing lights on. All right, and takeoff, we have airspeed alive. 105 is the best. And climbing, all right, that's fine for that. All right, let's go to aircraft, because here it has the climbing information too. A Huey, oh, I didn't see. If it got released, it's not on our marketplace yet. All right, so 85 takeoff. Climb is 24 inches and 2400 RPM max. 120 is the normal climb speed. All right, let's go. So 24 and 24, that's what we're going to be shooting for on this gauge here. 24 and 2400. All right, let's go. Now, when we get lined up, we're going to adjust our CDI indicator for the VOR that we're going to. And then we'll take off. All right, parking brakes on. Let's adjust our CDI indicator. Hey, that's cool, man. That's real cool. All right, I'm going to put my heading in that same kind of direction, too. We're going to fly it manually for a little bit. So, since we got the flight stick. All right, let's go ahead and release the parking brake. Get one more little toke of the vape. All right, gear up. Let's put our flaps up. Let's increase our pitch. That's crazy, man. That's awesome, though. All right, let's move our propellers down to 2400. Let's move our pressure to about 24, and let's make our turn. That shit is crazy, man. That's so many good things coming out, man. It's exciting. I can't wait for all this new shit to come out, man. For real. It's going to be awesome. All right, climb speed is okay. All right, so here's what we can do. Now, in order to climb using like the auto throttle system, you really just have to mess with the rudder. I'm sorry, the elevators. So let's go ahead and turn on at least, well, we got to turn the autopilot on. Autopilot on. Let's go wings level. Let's adjust our elevator so we can continue to climb. Push it one more time to go into heading hold mode. Adjust our rudder some more. Yeah, that's crazy. A 707 and a 720. Yeah, that's awesome. Very good stuff, dude. Awesome. It's just a shame to buy it before the new simulator, because, you know, we're going to spend this money on these new airplanes. Who knows if they're going to be able to be brought over to the new one. Like, I'm so, like, not nervous about buying new shit, but, like, you know, a little hesitant to buy new shit until, you know, oh, we forgot to put our fuel pump on during takeoff. Oh, well. All right, we can turn our landing lights off. Yeah, we should have turned that off. All right, cruise. Cruise is up to 2,400 and 18 to 2,400, and then 0 to 50 for rich of peak. Yep, I know that, man. I saw that yesterday. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, Bluebird's making a few things. Sobo's making a 737 MAX. FSS is making a new plane as well. Yeah, there's so many good things coming out, man. It's a really good time to be a flight simmer, that's for sure. All right, let me look at the ground here and see what altitude I can be at. And let me put on photogrammetry. Yeah, that's it. Well, you know what? When I saw the Max, like, I was like, But now that I'm thinking about it, I think that'd be a pretty cool plane to have. I mean, oh, photogrammetry's already on. All right. I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. Would have been nice if they would have made, like, I don't know, maybe like an MD-11 or the 737 Max is cool. I'm sure they're going to do a good job with it, but all right, we can actually level off here. So let's go ahead and push altitude engage. And we're going to see these two icons here start lighting up at some point. Yep. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Turned off the autopilot by accident. So when that lights up, that means we need to move the trim down. I'm trying to move it down. It's not letting me. I might have to play with the trim for a second. Yeah, let me... Oh, I'm sure PMDG is not going anywhere. That'd be stupid for both of them. For PMDG and a simulator. That'd be stupid for them. Alright, so down is 24. Yeah, I'm sure they're not going anywhere. You know what? We'll just do automatic trim. I get. Well, no, let's leave automatic. Wait, do I have it on actually? No, we can turn that off. Yeah, this thumb wheel's just not getting the job done. All right, let me reset it to something else. This thumb wheel's not getting the job done. Yeah, could be. Could very well be. All right, let's change the trim out. This thumb wheel just sucks. I have it set for the thumb wheel on the yoke. The thumb wheel sucks, man. All right, let's change this to number 1. And we'll change this to number 2. Finally. See, just one push of the button, and now it's fine. Motherfucker. Alright, let's see if we can get this fuel mixture leaned out. Let's click on this button here. And now we gotta play with the fuel mixture. So when we pull the fuel mixture out a little bit, it increases the horsepower percentage. And we need to get this set up to 24 and 18 to 24 here, so... Alright, let's pull our fuel mixture out a little bit more. Alright, there we go. We got -8, -10. We need to be... Oh, going the wrong way. Alright, let's try that. And we are way off on our... Oh, no, we're not. We're okay. Alright, so we're at 8 degrees, 9 degrees. Lean of peak, which is good. So our power setting is excellent right now. And we are all set on cruise. Now we just have to worry about this trim here. The next setting for the button here, if we were to push it, it says track, low and high. You can use it for like GPS mode if you have GPS set. Or VOR capture. I don't typically use it. So we're actually going to fly this way a little bit. We're going to skirt over the edge of this island. I'm not trying to increase anymore. The altitude anymore. Yeah, I'm sure there's things they're keeping secret from everybody. And it's their right to do that. Do I agree with it? No, but, I really think that the next few months we're going to learn a lot of stuff about, Just Flights, PMDG, these new developers, all that stuff. Sweet. Go ahead and do it, man. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. All right, so we don't really need, I just put the VOR in just to show you guys how to do it. We don't really need it. We're just gonna head to this island here. That's where we're actually going. That's where our destination is. So let's go ahead and move our heading. And let's set up 115.1. That's our station. And we're 60 miles away. Yeah, there's so many good things coming out. It would have been nice if they had a like an hour that went over everything that's coming out. Cool, I just got the video. I'll check it out in a little bit. I know they kind of touched on a lot of things during the Microsoft development, developers presentation, but it would have been nice if they just had an hour. It just went over like the timeline of things and what's coming out. And yeah, I see it. I'll get to it. Yeah, that would have been so cool if they would have done that. Alright, how's our fuel doing? Fuel is okay. Let's check the rest of our airplane out. Alright, that's all doing good. Circuit breakers are okay. Engines doing engine things. Looks okay. Fuel is looking okay. We're going to switch the fuel tanks in a minute, just so we can kind of stay balanced. I don't know, man. I doubt it. They might. Who knows? I don't really, after I'm really like, I feel kind of let down by like what Microsoft presented these last couple of days. Like today was complete shit. The marketplace one. I mean, it was like more of like a board of directors meeting than anything else. And like, yeah, I'm excited for a lot of things that are coming out. I just don't like, how Microsoft presented all their stuff. I found it to be very boring. Very boring, and not really what I think the people want to know. Like, I don't really care, like, how profitable they are. I mean, it's good that they are profitable. I mean, everybody deserves to make a profit, but I want to know, like, is my experience going to get better or worse? Or if everything I've bought is going to be able to be brought over with no problem. Like, what are you going to do to make things better? There's a couple of things coming out with the new simulator that I thought were really cool. The new way you can create flight plans. I thought that was really cool. You don't have to use SimBrief or Navigraph really anymore. The instant replay feature, I thought that was great. But I mean, other than that, like, it was a boring conference. From Microsoft, at least. I thought the artificial intelligence stuff was really cool. The VATSIM stuff was really cool, even though that's something I'll never really use, because I'm on Xbox. And I talked to the developers of Yeah, I hear you. I really wanted to hear them say everything now is going to be under the flag of Microsoft and Asobo. We're still going to have all these developers making stuff. There's still going to be, you know, the PMDGs of the world and Inabuilds and Comanche, A2A and all these other companies. But when you go into the marketplace, everything is going to be certified by Microsoft. That would have been great. They could have just done that for that could have been the whole marketplace pitch right there, and that would have been awesome. I contacted the developers on Discord for the artificial intelligence ATC. It's definitely not coming to Xbox. That's for sure. I thought that was hands down the coolest thing I saw the whole weekend, was just how you can talk in your microphone, and it's almost like you're talking to a real person. I thought that was amazing, but yeah, we're not going to get it on Xbox. Well, we're about halfway there to Maui. We're taking a little trip from Kona to Maui. Then we're going to go across the world to Athens, jump in our A320 Neo, and fly from Athens to Istanbul. Put our interior lights on. This thing lights up really cool at nighttime. Yeah, yep. That is true. Yeah, I'm not buying a new PC anytime soon. That's for sure. Yeah, there's no way. That's definitely not in the cards anytime soon. All right, let's switch to a different fuel tank. And let's switch this here. That way we can try to stay balanced. We run through 6 gallons already, so yeah, I would love to get a PC, but that's just... I just don't see it happening. Not expected since I got fired the other day, man. Nah, man, you don't need to do all that. I'll get one eventually. I might be changing careers completely. I might be doing commercial real estate here coming up. My cousin wants to take me under his wing and kind of like teach me everything he knows, and he's he's huge actually in the county that I live in. He makes a ton of money, and he's been doing it for a long time, so I might be doing that. Nah, I appreciate that, but nah, it's all good. Now I'm going to continue with Xbox until, you know, until time comes. Hey, if this channel keeps growing the way it does, it's been very steady. It's been slow growth, but steady. But if it keeps on going the way it does, eventually, you know, I might be able to start turning a profit here to where I can actually, you know, use this to kind of buy new gear, you know? You know, I don't, you know, if this becomes a full-time job, that would be cool. If it doesn't, I'm okay with it too. But it would be nice if I made enough money doing this to where I could reinvest it and upgrade the equipment, get a nice computer so I can use all these different features. And like that one thing I saw, I think the guy was from Italy. I think you were saying he was my brother. I think it was that guy, the one where it has the board and it's got the like thing you connect to the back of it for all the different airports. So it's like one controller and it's got like all these different airport grids. And when you plug it in to the back and you give it power, it tells you all the different traffic at the airport that you're using. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. What parking spots are open, who's on which runway. Yeah, that makes sense, my man. And look, if I miss out on a couple of things because I'm on Xbox, like if I miss out on ATC type stuff, what, you know, it's not going to stop me from playing. It just means that, you know, I'm just not going to have it. Now, if the next iteration of Xbox comes out, if the next Xbox comes out, hopefully the next one will have the capability of downloading. Even if we connect it through a USB cable and we have like a separate hard drive connected through a USB cable, if there's a way where we can download some of these features and implement them, there's got to be a way to do it. I just don't know why they haven't released the way there's got to be a way to do it. Oh yeah, I can understand that. All right, so we need to be on a heading of 24. All right, a heading of 24. So here's what we're going to do. Let me plug in 115.1 on nav 2. Actually, you know what? I don't need the... Now that I'm using my flight stick, I don't need the words anymore. Let me get rid of the words. That comes in handy when I don't have the flight stick, but now that I have the flight stick, it's all good. All right. So we're going to do 115.1 right here. Golly, it's bumpy. And we're going to do 110.1 up top here. So 110.1 is the ILS. All right, 110.1, and let's set this for 24. I love how this airplane lights up at nighttime. All right, 21, 2, 3, and 4. And our DME equipment is set. So we got 35 miles left. Well, at least you were saving money on hose. You know what I mean? At least you were saving money on them hose. Boy, this is really rough weather out here today. Good Lord. This airplane bouncing all around. All right, 150 is landing speed, landing gear speed. And then I think 90 is our touchdown speed. Yeah, somewhere around 90. Okay. Yeah. You save money on hose when you had your PC. My brother, ain't nothing for free. You know that as well as I do. You were paying in some way. You were paying. You know that. All right. Do I need to turn the fuel pump back on for landing? Let me see here. Wow, gusting to 31 knots. Jesus, that's crazy. Fuel levels, fuel mixture. Yeah, fuel pump is on during approach. Okay. I think we need to go down into this little gullet right here. God, I'm half tempted to turn off live weather, man. We are just bouncing. All right, let's turn a little bit. So we're like perpendicular to where we're going. Yep, back in the day. Back in the day. Hey, that's cool, man. Would you have him in the simulator? Hey, man, you're good at talking that shit, and I told you, man, they like that Greek meat. It's something either about your accent, or a combo of the two. It's... Oh, that is cool, dude. I had no idea you could do that, like go and rent a plane like you're renting a car. That's cool. That's awesome. How's your brother do? Did he do pretty good? Do you think he has a future of airline? You think he has a future of doing that? Well, there's no restart button in real life, so... Okay. Well, normal for the first time's not a bad thing. That's cool, man. That's cool that you did that. You know, there's a lot of things you could do on your time off, and you chose to do that with your brother. I'm sure he appreciates that. Right, your car's always in the shop. Most girls will believe anything. Yeah, I'm sure he appreciated that part too. All right, free is always better. How come I'm always picking you up, Grease? I thought you said you had a Maserati. I do. Shit. It's a Maserati. It's always broken. It's in the shop. Now open your mouth. What'd I tell you about talking? What'd I tell you about talking to me? All right, let's drop down a little bit. Let's go ahead and disengage the altitude hold. Let's reduce our throttle a little bit. And let's move our elevators down just a little bit. Maybe not that much, Greg. Maybe not that much. All right, I think that's okay for now. Let's put altitude hold back on. Let's watch these two right here to see what we're gonna have to do for trim. Let's put our manifold pressure back up a little bit. That's funny, man. Oh man, that's terrible. Sorry to hear that. You talking all kinds of shit, and then you break the axle on the front wheels, or the rear, whatever wheels. Oh man, sorry to hear that. It's funny though. God, we are really bouncing around, man. This is the second flight I've done in this area in the last couple of days with a small airplane, and both times just getting thrown around like in a washing machine. I believe that. It had to have been embarrassing as hell. We should be making a turn as we get close to this island right here. Well, it's the same island, but when we get close to this peak right here, we should be making our turn to the north at that point. At least according to the chart, that's what it looks like. Yeah, that had to have been crazy embarrassing. Oh yeah, I never contacted the ATC to let them know we were coming in. Kalui! Press full stop landing. I don't want runway 2. Man, I don't want runway 5. Oh, they must mean runway 2. Alright. Oh no, they sure do have a runway 5. Oh my god. Hang on, where's runway 5 at? There's no... You gotta be shitting me. There's no chart for runway 5. These motherfuckers in this game, man. I hope this part gets better. Alright, where is runway 5? So, runway 5 is... right there. Alright, so no ILS landing, so let's plug in 115.1 again. You know, I don't care. We're gonna land on that runway anyways. Because I want to jump into A320. Let's head to the airport. Let's put in 115.1 again. And we will just do a visual landing on runway 5. Yeah. Sorry, I just got diagnosed with elephantitis, and Yeah, it was a funny thing. I was maneuvering my balls because they're huge, and I just let go of the yoke for a second. I looked down, and next thing I know, you know, the captain yelled out 20 feet, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And we landed. But man, my balls are huge. You want to see? That'd be great. All right, let's put on our landing lights. Let's check our fuel and see if we should switch tanks again. Nope, we're doing okay. How did the bags get to 211? I didn't do that. Oh, whatever. That's right. Be like, Chicago, how come I never see you carry any bags on the airplane? Well, it's a funny story. Actually, my balls are my carry-on. They're that big. Yep, I got carry-on balls. All right, 30.1. Let's move this up a digit. Bloop. That should be okay now. Yep, carry on balls. Yeah, that's true. Hey, you know what? And if you get fired, I'm sure Ryanair will hire you. They'll hire anybody. They'd be like, yeah, Chicago, why did you get let go from United? Really? They fired you for that? Psst, got nothing to worry about here at Ryanair. We actually encourage that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm sure there's worse than that. It couldn't have been that bad. Oh, you can join the unemployment line with me. And we should be dropping in altitude, but since we're doing a different runway, I'll descend. We'll descend manually when we do a go around. Well, you know, we could probably actually go down maybe 1,000 in altitude. Let's disengage that. Let's reduce our nose down a little bit. Maybe she'll give you a chance anyways. All right, I think we can turn off the lean of peak. We can turn all that off now. Let's go back to regular mode there. Hello? What's up? All right, we got 7 miles to the airport. Well, yeah, that probably would be an awkward conversation. Don't they, doesn't that black box, don't they reset that, like, at the beginning of every flight? Don't you guys do that? I forget where I heard that from. I could have sworn I heard that somewhere before that. When you start a new flight, you typically reset the flight recorder. Oh, for maintenance? Okay. All right, here's our airport coming up here, I think. And for runway 5, I'm guessing that's going to be a heading of like 50, I would think. Let me see what the runway say is. All right, runway 5 is a heading of 54. Let's plug that in. So let's go to 54. That's close enough. All right, there's that. Let's go ahead and spin outside. And then we'll come in for runway 5. I will do my best. I will do my best. With these kind of airplanes, I don't know if it's the same in big airplanes too, but I try to, when I'm coming in for landing, I try to aim at like the end of the runway, like the nose, at the end of the runway, and just kind of let it sink. I was told to do that years ago. I don't know if that's really correct or not, but that's kind of what I try to do. Oh, look, Walmart. Boy, how fucked up of a state do you have to have where Walmart's one of your points of interest? That's crazy. Guys, I got a great new point of interest for Maui. Oh, what's that, Kevin? Walmart. Do it. That's nuts. Yep, we'll end this flight when we get on the ground and after I shut down the airplane, and then we'll go ahead and jump into the A320 and fly from Athens to Turkey. I'm not going to go out too far with this approach here. We're going to spin back around pretty soon. Yeah, game over. We'll be resetting it pretty soon. It's not one of my streams unless there's a reset, that's for sure. I think a very wise man over in the other side of the world said that a long time ago. He said, you know it's Greg when there's a restart. Alright, let's go ahead and start going around a little bit. Can actually move our fuel in, move our propellers in according to the checklist here. We need to turn our fuel pump back on as we approach. Get down to 120. Land at around 90. I care about the landing. Especially if you're watching. Like, if you're watching, I don't want to screw up. Oh shit, there's a real pilot. Alright, let's disconnect the autopilot. Not really sure where the... It's got to be over there. flaps. I had no idea where this runway is. Oh, is it right here? Did I just pass it? No, that's not it. Is that it? Yep, that was it. Okay, we'll go around again. Let's put the flaps back up again. Spin around. Let's put our fuel pump back on since we didn't do that before. We'll go out about, I guess, about 3 or 4 miles and then spin around again. Damn, that guy's going fast. Jesus. All right, let's spin around again. Put some flaps down. Put our gear down. Is fly-by-wire supposed to help with that? Come on, CDI needle, line up, you bitch. Come on. There we go. This might be the wrong airport, but we're landing here anyways. I want to jump in the other airplane already. Sync rate, pull up. Sync rate, pull up. Oh yeah, this is definitely the wrong runway, but... Actually, is it? No, this is the right runway. Wonder why the CDI needle... Well, maybe it's not really 54. Oh, come on, Greg. Oh, bitch. Oh, come on, Greg. Oh, I was so close a couple of times to nailing it. Damn. Oh, man, I was so close to nailing it a couple of times. All right, let's go over here and turn the airplane off. Okay, yeah, because I have it, like, I have the sensitivity, like, all the way up. I'll try that next time. Yeah, I got it all the way up because I was doing the fighter jets. Okay, I can do that. I have to do it through the app. I don't think I can do it on MFS, but I'll look into it. All right, flaps up. All right, strobes off. Fuel pump off. Turn the pitot heat off. Mixture's lean. Okay, I'll take a look. All right, trim. Let's set the trim to neutral. Man, look at that wind. Gusting to 37 knots. My God. All right, park and brake is set. Radios, let's turn them off. Turn this one off. Let's turn this one off. Let's turn the transponder off. All right, avionics master off. Throttle closed. Throttle's closed. Magnetos, cut them off. Doors and windows, tie downs. All right, let's secure the aircraft. Let's go to controls. Let's put on the wheel chocks, tie downs, control lock, pitot cover, cabin door, and baggage. All right, very good. All right, dude. See you later, dude. Have a good rest of the night. Sorry, my landing was terrible, but you know, we'll get the next one. That wind was blowing me around like a kite, man. That was some rough stuff. All right, let me see if I can find what he was talking about the sensitivity. So I know I have the option on the app for my flight stick, but I've never seen a sensitivity option here. Not there. Well, let me change this anyways, because we're getting ready to fly to A320neo. Yeah, I don't see a sensitivity anywhere. But I can change it on my tablet, so let me do that real quick. It's right where? It did? If it said it, I don't see it anywhere. In controls, it said it? Really? I I have been looking for this for weeks. I've been looking for weeks. Jesus. Let me change it on the app and see if that changes anything here. Give me a second. So I have it on precision on the app. And I had that set like that for, all right, stick response. Let's do standard. All right, so I'll do precision here. And then we'll do reactivity. All right, I'll have to play with this. Well, let's turn it down to like 75 for now. See if that makes any bit of a difference. I had no clue that's where it was. I've been looking for weeks. And it was right in front of me the whole time. That is funny. Drop an L. Drop an L on it. All right, so that's left axis 2, 3, and 4. So that's all I really need to worry about. These are fine. That's the little thumb hat. Okay. All right, let me go to the restroom real quick. Let me go to the bathroom real quick, and then we'll come back and do this other flight. I can't believe that, man. I can't believe it was right there the whole time. Been looking for weeks. It's right there in front of me. Fuck, man. Bro, I cannot believe that. Boomer. Man, you better bite your tongue, bitch. I ain't no boomer. That's crazy, man. I can't believe it was in front of me the whole time. The whole time. I've been looking for weeks. I even told somebody else where to go to see it. Somebody messaged me recently about changing the sensitivity on their controller, and I told them where to go to find it. Oh my god. Don't tell anybody that that happened, man. Keep that between us, okay? Don't tell anybody. Don't tell a soul. Just keep that between us. All right, Aegean. Where are we at here? All right, and this is flight AEE. Yeah, I think if that sensitivity would have been turned down, I probably wouldn't have like pulled the nose up so high. I was trying just to move it a little bit, but that little movement I did. All right, let's see here. AEE 998. It's a real flight that took place earlier today. And we got LGAV. And we had A18 was the gate. All right, there's A13, so A18 must be around here somewhere. You would think. If they have an A18 anywhere. All right, let me look on their airport chart. Yeah, I pinned this. Why didn't it save? Shit. All right, taxi. Taxi and parking stands. All right, so A18 is... All right, there's 7, 8, 9, 13, 31, 35. No, I don't see a A18 anywhere. They might have been lying. That's D. That's A49, 41, 37, 30. All right, we'll just do A13. That's close enough. God. Yeah, man. Don't tell anybody. I can't believe that was there the whole time. Jesus. I really am an idiot sometimes. I mean, like, it's funny. It's embarrassing, but it's funny at the same time. At least I think it's kind of funny. Yeah, always check. It's always freaking blue. I will check it next time in blue. All right. Let's do this. All right, sim brief. Got the flight plan. All right, ground. Let's toggle the jetway. Toggle luggage. Let's do that. We already got the GPU connected. Let's go ahead and get the airplane turned on. cool. That is a fun fact. All right, let's go to initialize. Let's do this. Let's turn on nav lights. Let's request our flight plan. Airport not in database. What? TFM. You gotta be shitting me. Is LTFM not in there? I bet you it's not. Fuck my life. How could LTFM not be in there? It might be LTBA, maybe. Yeah, let me redo this on SimBrief real quick. All right, LTBA. Generate flight. All right, there we go. Gotcha. Well, I thought it might have been in there since this airplane uses the new AirAx system, but yeah, I heard that's a really nice airport. That new one over in Turkey. I heard that's a really really cool. Like, I haven't really seen many pictures of it. I just I read a little bit about it online before, like when it opened, you know, a year or so ago. All right, ILS ZYs. Yeah, I'm sure they'll have it if it's new. All right, let's come back here. Now let's bring this back in. There we go. Ground, let's toggle the jetway, toggle luggage. What is real time right now over here? Let's see here. All right, very good. Let's get the battery on. External power. Let's turn the oxygen on for the crew. Let's put nav lights on. Some floodlights for a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and the initialization. Let's put the nav, and nav. All right. Initialization request. There we go. Align on reference. Very good. Let's go to return. This is AEE998. We have 27 is our cost index. All right, let's get our payload loaded up. All right, apply load. Let's do instant. Let's talk to the ATC and find out where we can take off from. We're supposed to do 3 right, but let's see what they say. Oh, you know what? That's right. We got to turn on. That's right. We got to turn on the call button. I forgot about that. All right, now we can do it. All right, 3 right would be going that way. Let's. Oh, I'll just say straight out. See what happens. 21 left. No, we'll do 21 left again. Ah. All right, let me change the runway in Navigraph. 21 left. All right, that's fine. Let's go ahead and do our flight plan here. So let's click LNAV, departure, 21 left, and we're going to be doing probably Pro 1N. Let's see what that looks like. Pro 1N is that, and then Pro 2F is, they look about the same actually. All right, let's do Pro 1N. All right, insert. GPS is lined up. Hey man, give it a try. If it looks good to you, man, I mean, you can't hold yourself back forever. You eventually you eventually got to buy some shit, man. All right, we'll put our landing in when we're up in the air. Let's finish getting set up here. So nav is aligned. Let's go ahead and go to the next page here. Let's get rid of, let's do a couple of things here. Let's get rid of the gateway. Let's get the APU on. Put on pumps. Let's click APU, master. Wait a few seconds and click on start. Click APU bleed. Let's get that working. Let's get our takeoff information going. Yeah, I guess I usually am the test man first, right? All right, we got 21 left. Let's sync. Our weight is... let's say 69.2. Yep, 69.220. So we got... hang on a second. Is that in... oh, that is in kilograms. Okay, 69,219. All right, 69.2. Well, let's do configure 2 and see. Nope. It is 69.2. All right, very good. Let's send this to the FMGS. Now we come up here and do this. Click on fuel planning. There we go. All that's done. Let's do takeoff. Let's go to performance. Confirm data. And we have 0.4 up. So let's do our flaps. That's 1/0.4 up. Flex 2 temp is, now it says toga, but we'll do 58. Here we go. That's all done. And I think we're all good. Let's see here. Performance, next phase. Manage mode. Let's see what our climbing out. Let's see what we're supposed to be climbing to today. Yep, 37,000. All right, let's get out of here. Let's make sure everything is closed up here. Let's remove the chocks. Let's remove the GPU. Let's put our beacon lights on. Put our signs on. Let's arm these. And let's make sure we can taxi. Alright, that's all good. Alright. Let's connect our pushback machine. The rest of our fuel pumps on. Let's go ahead and turn this on here. Let's click engine 2. That sucks. I'll look into it. Maybe I'll get it. Alright, we can stop. I don't really know if I want to buy an airport, to be honest. Like, you know, we've always talked about being against those kind of, you know, those kind of sims, those kind of mods. So, I'll look into it, though. Alright, let's turn our weather system on. Let's turn our transponder on. Let's put our flaps down. Go ahead and put our logo light on, our wing light, strobes on, taxi light. Let's turn the APU bleed off. Turn the APU master off. Put this back on normal. Do takeoff configuration. Alright, we will do all that by the time we get up to the runway. Let's go ahead and get up to the runway. Hey, what is our QNH, by the way? 1007. It could be your bank. Maybe your bank's not allowing those transactions for some reason. You know, I never actually looked at the flight plan. That might be a good thing to do. Let's click on flight plan. On this up arrow. Yeah, I mean, it could be your bank. Maybe your bank's got a... I don't know. Maybe they're doing some sort of monitoring or some sort of hold. I don't know. No, I get it. I get it's a card. I'm just saying, maybe like they have some sort of hold. Or, I don't know. It could be YouTube. It probably is YouTube. I'm just saying it could be your card. Let's put constraints on. Put the bitch on map. Let's arm the spoilers. We'll set the brakes and ding the cabin when we get up to the runway. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, my man. You can always PayPal it to me if you really feel like sending the money over. But let me look at it and see if it's something that I want. First of all, because I don't usually buy mods unless I plan on using it. But I also want to make sure like it's an okay company and it's not going to fuck up anything. But yeah, I'll look at it tonight when we're done, or when I'm done. Like later on tonight. And if I get it and you still want to, square with me at some point, you can. You don't have to do it right away. This controller feels a bit better now. Turning on the runway, it's definitely not as tight as it was before. Yeah, I'm the same as you, man. Yeah, I don't like doing things half-ass or in the middle. It's got to be top-notch. Absolutely. Yeah, I bought mods in the past, and like I can't keep them downloaded and fly a lot of the planes at the same time. It does something, and it just causes all kinds of issues, black screens and stuttering and all kinds of stuff. All right, let's okay. I'll take your word for it. I just, I'm never going to use it. So it's like you're going to wind up spending the money twice. Because I do not see the point of spending money for airports. So, I would use it to show you, but then you're going to wind up spending money twice. So damn, man, what was all these airplanes just hanging out here for? Yeah, airports is the last thing I would ever buy as far as a mod. I'd rather buy tree height than airports. Boy, a lot of Britain Normans down here. But that's just me. Yeah. To each in their own. Everybody's a little different. All right, I think tonight we may go up to 37,000 feet. Last time I kept it low, we ran out of fuel and I had to ditch out and find another airport to land at closer than Seattle. Let's go to the very end. Hey, I am not complaining. I was just saying you're going to wind up spending the money twice, because if you like it, then you're going to wind up spending more money, and you just wind up buying it twice instead of just buying it and and trying it out, but I'll certainly try it out for you. I'll get it and do it on the next one, on the next show tomorrow night. All right, can we go? All right, cleared for takeoff. Let's go ahead and put the max brakes on. Let's put our landing lights on. Let's ding the cabin. Let's do our takeoff test. Takeoff is normal. Let's go, bitch. B1. Gear up. I understand. I've seen them before on the marketplace. No, I totally get it. I'm just saying, like, me personally, I've never seen the benefit of buying an airport. But that's just me. I mean, like I said, everybody's a little different. I just never saw the point of it. Yeah, I mean, that's cool that there's a lot of differences between them. I just, for me, like, I spend so much time in the airplane getting it ready, then we taxi and take off. Like, I don't know. I just, for me, I don't. I would probably never buy an airport. But if you want to see it, I'll certainly get it. No big deal. Now, I'm sure the differences are huge. You know, with the traffic and the buildings and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But, you know. I hear you. I could potentially see that, like, for where I live, like at BWI Airport, maybe buying that one, maybe, but I don't know. I'd rather spend it on liveries and, because we only spend 20 minutes at the airport, half an hour. Now, with the new one, because I really don't want to buy anything else until the new one comes out, to be honest. Like, I've already kind of like turned my brain off on mods until the new simulator comes out. But when the new one comes out, if a handcrafted airport gives you like people that actually interact more like real people, or seeing people come down the jetway, or like, that would be cool. Like I could see that. But if it's just visual, like, I don't really see the point. Goodbye, Athens. See you next time. Alright, we're getting ready to go to standard pressure. Alright, standard pressure. We can turn off those lights, wing light, and logo light. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Like I said, everybody's a little different. I mean, if you're mainly flying at nighttime and that's what you want to do, then absolutely, dude. Gibraltar's a really good airport, that is true. I think we're going to level off at 14,000 feet and stay there for as long as we can. Maybe even get down to 12,000 feet. If we run out of fuel, we run out of fuel. Actually, no, we'll go up to 37,000. We'll do the actual flight plan tonight. Oh, yeah. Well, Aeroflies, I think, are much better than X-Plane, but no, I definitely understand what you're saying, man. The airports are crap. Aeroflies at least tried to get better over time. I haven't seen X-Plane in a long time, so I really can't speak on X-Plane, but I remember back in the day, it was just like, ugh, it's horrible. Like I said, I don't know if they're any better now or not, but back in the day, they were horrible. I like how the speed brakes act like actual speed brakes while you're flying in this airplane. That's really cool. I can't wait to see if more airplanes do that in the future. Man, watching that expo was pretty cool today. I think I'm gonna go to the one next year. Providence, Rhode Island's only like, it's like an hour and a half by plane and maybe 5 hours by car. Maybe 6 hours by car. It's about three and a half to New York. About 45 minutes to Connecticut, and then maybe about close to 6 hours. Right. Yeah. Popular airports too. All right. Let's plug in at least our arrival info. So let's click on the white LTBA. Let's do arrival. We're planning ILSZ runway 5. And I'm planning on DRAM 2Q. No transitions. Let's insert that. Oh yeah, a lot of people. I know a lot of people that have gone to Greece over time, man. Greece has always been a hot spot to go to for tourism. Absolutely. I think if I ever went to Greece, I'd probably just buy a one-way ticket, man. Forget about America, man. At least for a while. Maybe come back later in life. Alright, that looks good. America's okay. I don't know if Greece is any better to live at than America, but America's definitely not what it used to be, that's for sure. Way different nowadays. Oh, it is? Well, not much better than America, it sounds like. Yeah, most of the time, tourists never see that kind of stuff. They just, tourists, they just go to the good parts usually. It's rare that a tourist actually will see what really goes on. I think that could be said with like any city, that tourists go to. So more than half your money goes to keeping a roof over your head. Yeah. That's funny. So Jackson, Chicago, put on Discord that we should do a. Oh yeah, well that's not much different than America. I mean, America. I mean, like I really have almost no money most of the time after I buy groceries for the house. I mean, I'm feeding two teenagers, and my rent's gone up, quite a bit over the years too. So Jackson, Mr. Grease, put on Discord that we should do a landing competition and submit our landings on Discord so we can rate them. I think that would be kind of fun. Yep, that doesn't sound too far off from what America is right now. Yeah, it's gonna just get worse and worse around the world unless Trump gets back in office. He gets back in office, he'll sort all this bullshit out, and things should go back to normal. Yeah, well, no, things got a lot more expensive here too. I mean, I don't know if they've gone up as much as they've gone up like in Greece, but they've definitely got everything's gone up in price. Cars, iPhones, clothes, everything has gotten way more expensive from what it used to be. That's for sure. Even here in America. I mean, new iPhones are like 1,500 here in America. It's crazy. Yeah, that makes for a hard life when your income is just barely enough to not even support yourself. Yeah, it's got to be almost impossible for people over there to make ends meet. You know, shame. Just a few years ago, things weren't like that, though. Global economy was doing pretty good. No wars. Everything was doing pretty well. Now the New World Order is getting their little tentacles on everything and screwing everything up around the world. That New World Order, they'd have us all living in concentration camps if they could get away with it right now. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, you definitely can't support a family on 40,000 here in America. Not unless if your housing is free, you might be able to do it. But if you got to pay for housing too in America, there's no way. I couldn't do it. There's no sense in imagining it. I couldn't do it. I'd have to do something else. I'd have to work another job, or I'd have to do something. There's no way I could do 7,000 a year. That'd be impossible. I mean, housing alone for me is 14,000 a year. You know, I spend probably close to $1,000 a month on food. Maybe. No, maybe 750. Yeah, it's probably close to 1,000. It used to be half of that. I used to be able to buy groceries and feed this house for about 400 or 500 a month. I hear that. You know, when the quote unquote elite people, you know, do what they do, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. So if you need to do some stuff that you normally wouldn't do, you gotta do it. You gotta eat, you gotta have a roof over your head. If they get their way, we'll all be living in like, they're actually talking about building one in Saudi Arabia. It's like a 30-mile long apartment complex. Everybody lives in this building. You never go outside. You work in this building. You live in this building. Like your apartment's like the size of like a small bedroom. I read an article like 2 years ago, and there was some really wealthy guy out in Saudi Arabia that's looking to fund it. But that's what the New World Order wants us all living in. Those kind of places, eating bugs. You know, so we don't kill the earth from all the carbon in the air. But they're so stupid. You need to have carbon in the air. Otherwise, you're not going to have oxygen. Yeah. No, they know what they're doing. They're not stupid. They know what they're doing. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the Great Reset. That's what Klaus Schwab calls it. The Great Reset. Where all of us eat bugs and live in those kind of apartments, and the elite keep doing what they're doing. They're trying to use climate as a method to get people to do it. But you need carbon. So stupid. You need carbon in the air. If there's no carbon in the air, plants can't do photosynthesis, and they can't make oxygen. In America, if you're American, they hate you. The politicians. But if you're an illegal alien, they love you. They want to give you free health care. They want you to be able to vote in elections. If you're an illegal alien out west, like in California, it's talking about giving illegal aliens the okay to be police officers. Washington, D.C. just passed a law like a month ago or 2 months ago where illegal aliens can vote in local elections. I mean, that shit is crazy. How can you vote if you're not a citizen of the country? Why don't you go live in Romania, man? Shit. Well, you're okay, it sounds like. Actually, your situation sounds like you're okay, but man, people should move to Romania then. Ah, that's better. I can breathe now. I can breathe again. Little bitch. Yeah, it's really a shame what goes on around the world, and that, you know, there's so many more of us than them, but so many of us are so scared to stand up to them. I'm not scared to stand up to them. I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees, that's for sure. I'm not scared of death. We all gotta do it one day. But I'll be damn sure if I'm gonna let somebody make me live on my knees and eat bugs and all that shit. You can suck it all night. You can suck it. That ain't happening to me. All right, what waypoint are we passing right now? Alex. Oh, Jesus. We're actually, we're almost done the flight, actually. Holy shit. We don't have that much farther to go. Yeah, we got 40 miles to the top of descent. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I didn't know that. Huh. Now, they do that same thing over here, too. They get all kinds of degrees, and then they wind up waiting tables or doing something completely different. That'll work. Dubai is a good spot to live in, from what I understand. Alright, what am I descending down to here? Let's look at the flight plan. 33.6. Whoa! That's a huge difference, man. Wow, 39% difference. Jesus. That's crazy. Yeah, I think Dubai would be a pretty good spot to live in, man. I mean, I don't know how the weather is, but I'm sure it's pretty good. Two, 50 and 10 knots. It's currently, what's the temperature there right now? 22 degrees Celsius. And our landing decision height is 200, so let's program that. All right, all that's done. Let's start descending. Yeah, if they did that shit to me, I would have moved the next after I lost the court battle. Like I don't know if you went to court and tried to get the shit back, but after everything was said and done, I would have moved the fuck out of that country like the next day. That's crazy, man. That's almost like communism or a dictatorship. How can you be in the European Union and still people shit like that? I mean, the European Union was trying to set up to be more Americanized. That's crazy, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Wow. That's nuts, man. Sorry to hear that. All right, we need to be at 26.5 by diggity. Yeah, that is crazy, man. All right, I'm sure they already have our landing programmed in here. 58 and 110.3. Well, it's supposed to be 53, I believe. Let's see if we can program the right course in. There we go. All right, Dramo is 19,000. And our transition altitude is 12,000 feet. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy, man. I'm sorry to hear that. That is some wild shit right there. Just stealing your stuff, man. Well, I never knew living in Greece was so gangster, man. That's crazy. Never knew it. Golly. That's some real life gangster shit right there. Wow. I'm like speechless. Now, you know, if you would have told me that like before tonight, I probably wouldn't have believed that. But now after telling me like what you went through and what it really is, I definitely believe it now. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, we eventually got to get down to 6,000 feet. Man, I am not letting. Look at this. You know what? They got to do a better job programming this. Look at how fast we're descending. They really got to change this on the next, you know, on 2024. That's crazy. I even descended 10 miles early. Wow. That's nuts. I guess if the government's as corrupt and bad as you say it is, I mean, that's, you know, I believe it. Then at that point, I mean, that's some wild shit, man. That's crazy. I don't know why people stay living there. I mean, if they have an option to move away, they need to get the fuck out, man. Go live somewhere else. especially with so many other countries, you know, near you that sound like they're better. I'm sure Italy's better, especially with that lady running things now. From what you said about Romania, that sounds like it'd be better. Yeah, that's nuts. That's definitely a lot worse than America, that's for sure. California, they're putting businesses, little businesses, out on purpose. Like they tried to they passed this law that said everybody needs to make a living wage, quote unquote, a living wage. Um, Even if you work fast food. But because of that, they raised the minimum wage to like $20 an hour now. And so many businesses can't afford to pay it that they wound up firing most of the staff, or they wound up going out of business because they can't afford it. I could believe it. If they're not paying people anything, of course it's going to be a poor country. You know, if you're not paying anybody anything, how can they afford to do anything? You know, your economy can't grow if the people that live in your country are not making any money. I mean, that's like economics like 101. You know, if you're trying to grow your market and grow your economy, you have to have people spending money. You can't just steal it all from people. And I had no idea Greece was that bad. That's news to me. Wow. Hmm. That's something else. Wow. Yeah. Oh, them not paying their staff is probably part of the reason why they make as much money as they do. They probably wouldn't be millionaires if they, paid their staff a living wage or, enough to at least get by on. It's disgusting, really, that they're allowed to get away with it. It really is. It's really a shame that people like that can get away with that kind of stuff. All right, we should be getting ready to slow down here. That's what that pink dot is we're getting ready to pass by on the map here. That should be a slow down spot. $29.76. All right. Let's change this to $29.76 as well. And let's go ahead and check this again. All right, well, that's still fine. We got traffic off to the side here somewhere. No, it certainly doesn't sound like they care about it. I mean, if the government in Greece really cared about it, they would do something about it. But either they're too scared to stand up to the mafia, or they're, they're getting their palms greased. They're getting all that money off the back end, which is probably also what's going on. They're probably getting a little cut of that money. Stick her down here. Oh. This was a cool little flight. I'm gonna have to do this again. Because I like flying over water. I like landing over water as well, but this was a cool little flight. I like this little flight to Turkey. we're going to be slowing down again here. That's a hard 6,000 feet that we're going to be at here. We need to be at 6,000 there. And then 3,000 right after that. And then we got 3,000, and then we got our landing. Our capture point's 2,600 feet. That could be our airport coming up. All right, let's go to 3,000 feet. Let's descend again. Go flaps 1. Oh no, we're okay. We don't need to do flaps 1 yet. Put flaps back up for now. Put on our landing. 25 miles out. Put on our brakes. There's our runway, our big, beautiful runway. Let's put a approach mode on. And arm the second autopilot as well. Oh, wow. Okay. That is sunny, that's for sure. Alright, localizers now captured. Alright, are we going to start slowing down at all? There we go. Alright, let's put our gear down. Oh, I guess I should go armed with speed brakes. Trying to find a camera angle I like. So I can do this one. Oh, we must be near an airport because frame rate's starting to get choppy. Like clockwork. Get near a big populous airport and starts getting choppy. All right, not too bad. All right, that's it. We good. We landed. All right, I am getting out of here. I got a few things I got to do before I head to bed, but I'll be back tomorrow for sure. Might be back early tomorrow since I'm not working. Depends on what else I have to do for job applications and stuff like that. I do have some stuff I do have to do for that. I do have a couple of interviews tomorrow too, and I need a few things I need to get caught up on. So I'll be back tomorrow for sure. Like I said, I might be back earlier than normal tomorrow. Definitely same time as usual. But on top of that, I may be back sooner. So I will let you know. Greece, I will look into the airport when I get up. Thank you very much, my friend. Welcome. I love Turkey. Anybody I've always known from Turkey, it's always been a good person, that's for sure. But yeah, I'll check out the Athens airport later today or tomorrow for sure. But yeah, man, like I said, I'll be back tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time for sure. And then there's a good chance I'll be back earlier than that tomorrow. We'll just have to see how tomorrow goes. But I will see everybody later. Please subscribe, hit the like button, member up, super chat, super thanks. Tell your friends about it. But don't walk away and do nothing. Do something. Whether it's the thumbs up or the subscription or whatever. All right, I'm done grifting. I'm going to log off of here. And I hope everybody has a good Monday. I'll see everybody tomorrow. And that's about it, my friends.